What if I told you the coldest way to make her regret losing you is to say nothing at all? Not a rant, not a late-night text, not a last goodbye. Just pure silence and evolution. You don't chase, you don't explain, you don't collapse, you become. Heartbreak hurts. Yeah. But so did being misunderstood, ignored, or replaced. This time, you use it. Because Marcus Aurelius said it best. The best revenge is to be unlike him who did the injury. You don't get even. You get better, stronger, colder. And in that cold, you become something terrifying to her ego. Untouchable. She thought you'd beg. She thought you'd break. But you didn't. You paused, breathed, remembered who the hell you were. And that is the beginning of the story. The journey from heartbreak to unshakable stoic power. So if you've been crushed by someone who walked away like it meant nothing, stay with me. Because by the end of this video, you won't be the man who lost her. You'll be the man she can't forget. If you're done feeling sorry for yourself, if you're ready to flip the script, hit that like button. Subscribe. Turn on notifications. Comment below. I am not what happens to me. I am what I choose to become. 1. Detached to dominate. She left, and everything inside you wanted to hold on. The mind races. What did I miss? How can I fix it? Was I not enough? That chaos. That's your ego trying to bargain with rejection. But here's the truth most men never learn. The more you chase, the faster you lose yourself. Marcus Aurelius didn't beg for peace. He created it. He didn't plead with people. He disciplined his mind. That's your first move. Detachment. Not apathy. Not denial. But clarity. You feel everything, but you act on nothing. You don't react to her silence with texts. React to her distance with desperation. You let her go, coldly, cleanly, completely. This isn't about pretending you're fine. It's about choosing not to fall apart. Detachment doesn't mean you didn't care. It means you finally care about you more than you care about keeping someone who doesn't. You stop watching her stories, trying to accidentally show up in her world. You vanish, not because you're weak, but because you're finally strong enough to walk away without leaving breadcrumbs. And here's the part that flips the game. When you detach, you become unpredictable. And nothing shakes the human mind more than someone they expected to fall apart choosing to rise instead. She may not say it out loud, but trust me, she notices that silence, that distance, that glow up she didn't see coming. It gnaws at her because now the control is gone. She didn't expect you to become a mystery. This is dark psychology at its finest. People crave what they can't predict. And when you detach, you become unreadable. She'll start watching your every move but won't know where she stands. And that imbalance. That's how the regret begins. So take the pain. Don't numb it. Feel it. Then use it. Go to the gym. Fix your posture. Get your money up. Reset your mission. You don't do it to prove her wrong. You do it to prove to yourself that she was never the source of your strength. Just a chapter in your evolution. If you're done reacting and ready to reclaim your edge, hit that like button. Subscribe. Turn on notifications. Comment below. I control my emotions. No one else. 2. The power of indifference. Want to know what really haunts someone who left you behind? Not your pain. Not your tears. Not your pleading. It's your indifference. When you stop showing emotion, make your face unreadable, let your life go on without skipping a beat. That's when they feel it. Because suddenly, the power dynamic flips. The attention they used to control, gone. The emotions they once stirred, flatline. See, indifference is more than silence. It's strategy. It's dark psychology rooted in self-control. Most people expect drama after a breakup. They expect tears, accusations, explosions. So when you give them peace, when you vanish into improvement, they don't know what to do with it. It's unsettling, It makes them second-guess their decision. Wait, did I matter at all? And now the regret begins, not because you tried to force it, but because you didn't. Marcus Aurelius would tell you, choose not to be harmed, and you won't be. That's the core of indifference. You are untouchable because you decided to be. She flinched, but you didn't blink. She left, but you didn't crumble. That's cold. That's attractive. That's unforgettable. The moment you stop seeking closure, you become it. Stop asking why, you become the mystery. Let her wonder. Let her scroll through your profile and find nothing. No cryptic quotes, no sad songs. Just silence. Just growth. And that calm, emotionless energy, that's the part she'll replay in her mind when the attention fades and the newness wears off. Indifference is the storm she didn't see coming. And that storm doesn't rage, it removes. If you're done chasing approval and ready to become the storm, hit that like button. Subscribe. Turn on notifications. Comment below. My silence speaks louder than words. 3. Let her see the upgrade. You want her to regret losing you. Don't tell her anything. Show her everything. But not with words. Not with posts aimed at her. Not with passive-aggressive messages begging for her to notice you. Let your life speak, loudly, clearly, without her in it. This is where most men slip. They make their pain obvious. They chase. They accidentally show off. And that desperation, it kills attraction. Marcus Aurelius didn't chase praise. He chased excellence. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. That's the move. You. Hit the gym like it owes you answers. Read. Work. Stack. Evolve in silence. No long rants, no explanations, just pure, undeniable transformation. The coldest revenge. Self-improvement with no invitation. You level up and leave the door closed. You let her scroll through your life and feel the absence of access. She left thinking you'd stay stuck. But now she's seeing someone she doesn't recognize. Someone stronger, someone clearer, someone whose eyes no longer search for her in a room. And here's the psychological twist. When you become the version of yourself she always said she wanted, without her, it rewires the narrative in her mind. She'll tell herself she helped you become this. But deep down, she'll know she left before the glow-up. She bet against you. And now she's watching a man she can't reach live the life she didn't stick around for. Let her see the results, not the revenge. Let her see the man who walked out of the ashes without a scratch, and let that image lie rent-free in her mind forever. If you're done explaining yourself and ready to become undeniable, hit that like button. Subscribe. Turn on notifications. Comment below. My evolution is my answer. 4. Don't block her. Outgrow her. Blocking her, that's emotion. That's still a reaction. That says, you got to me. But outgrowing her, that's power. That's the kind of silence that makes people nervous. You don't erase her, you eclipse her. When you block someone, it screams unfinished business. But when you move forward without deleting, without muting, without flinching, that's when they really feel the loss. Because now you're not hiding, you're simply unaffected. Marcus Aurelius lived by this. It is not things that disturb us, but our interpretation of them. Blocking is a way of avoiding. Outgrowing is a way of conquering. She doesn't need to be cut off. She needs to be reminded that she doesn't live in your head anymore. You don't need to restrict her from watching your life. You need to be so locked in on your path that her presence doesn't register. That's when the dynamic shifts. And it's psychological. When she sees you didn't erase her, she expects chaos, bitterness, or spite. But when there's nothing, no attention, no posts, no energy directed her way, it's confusing. That confusion turns into curiosity, then regret. She wanted space. You gave her elevation. And now you're in places, emotionally, physically, mentally, that she never imagined you could go without her. You don't run from the past. You absorb it, learn from it, and walk past it without looking back. That's what true power looks like. That's what Stoicism feels like. You're not hiding her, you're healing you. And in that silence, she'll hear everything. If you're done blocking out pain and ready to rise above it, hit that like button. Subscribe. Turn on notifications. Comment below. I rise without resentment. 5. Use her absence as fuel. She's gone. That's the reality. And now you've got two choices. Break down or break through. Most men sit in the wreckage, replaying everything, drowning in what-ifs. But a Stoic turns pain into propulsion. Marcus Aurelius faced war, betrayal, and death, and still wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Her absence isn't a roadblock, it's your starting line. You use that. Silence, ache in your chest, raw energy. Take it to the gem, your career, your purpose. The goal isn't to get her back. The goal is to get so focused, so locked in, so powerful that you forget what it felt like to need her. This isn't about pretending you're fine. It's about rebuilding so hard that you become unrecognizable, even to yourself. Here's the psychological switch. When she left, she thought you'd fall apart. She expected the heartbreak to crush you. But instead, it rebuilt you. She left a man, but now she's watching a machine. A man who doesn't complain, doesn't post sad quotes, doesn't seek pity, just progress. No one regrets leaving someone who falls to pieces, but they always regret walking away from someone who used the pain to become unstoppable. So let every rep, late night, focused hour, carry her memory, not as longing, but as fuel. Let her ghost push you until you forget her name. Because once you've mastered the pain, she can't touch you. Not emotionally, not mentally, not spiritually. You've moved beyond her reach. If you're done hurting and ready to rebuild from the ashes, hit that like button. Subscribe. Turn on notifications. Comment below. I turn pain into power. 6. Kill the need for closure. You're waiting for that message, that explanation, that final talk. But here's the truth. Closure is a lie we tell ourselves so we don't have to let go. Marcus Aurelius said it simply, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Waiting for her to give you peace, that's handing your power away. Real closure doesn't come from her, it comes from you. The coldest thing you can do. Stop needing answers. Stop needing her to validate your pain. Let the questions hang. Let the why go unanswered. You don't need to understand why she left. You just need to understand who you are now without her. Because the moment you stop needing her clarity, you become clear. From a psychological standpoint, this shift is lethal. When someone knows you're still waiting, they feel control. But the moment you stop reaching, stop hoping, stop needing, that's when the tension flips. That's when she starts to question herself. She thought she left you confused, but now she sees you moving without hesitation. You stopped trying to close the book. You just started writing a better one. There's no closure better than indifference. No final word more powerful than silence. When you no longer care why she left, you become someone she never thought you could be. Free. Free from attachment. Free from seeking. Free from the loop. And that peace, that's what she expected you to never find. If you're done needing answers and ready to move with purpose, hit that like button. Subscribe. Turn on notifications. Comment below. I don't chase closure. I create it. 7. Master the art of no contact. No contact isn't a tactic. It's a transformation. This isn't some trick to make her miss you. It's about reclaiming your space, your mind, and your peace. Marcus Aurelius never begged for anyone to stay. He ruled his empire the way a Stoic rules his heart, with discipline. And in the cold silence of no contact, you start ruling yours. Most guys fail here. They delete her number, then read it. Block her, then check her stories. That's not no contact. That's obsession wearing a disguise. Real no contact means emotional cutoff, mental distance. It's not about hurting her. It's about healing you. She's not your problem anymore. She's your past. And here's what dark psychology teaches. The less available you are, the more valuable you appear. People want what they can't reach. And when she realizes you didn't just go quiet, you disappeared from her emotional radar. That silence echoes. First, she wonders. Then she checks. Then she starts to regret. Because nothing breeds curiosity like a man who stops orbiting her world. No contact is the final form of detachment. It tells her, without a single word, you no longer have access. And the man who can sit with that silence, who can endure the urge to break it, that's the man who becomes untouchable. So don't text. Watch her stories. Ask mutual friends. You're not hiding. You're rebuilding. And if she ever comes back, she won't be talking to the man she left. She'll be facing someone who doesn't need her anymore. If you're done checking your phone and ready to reclaim your silence, hit that like button. Subscribe. Turn on notifications. Comment below. My silence is sacred. 8. Become a Stoic mystery. Mystery is magnetic. And the man who says little, reveals less, and moves without noise. That man haunts the memory of a woman who left. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Don't explain your philosophy, embody it." That's your move now. Less talking, less posting, less sharing. You don't need to broadcast your life. You need to become so deeply focused on your mission that your absence becomes louder than your presence ever was. Disappearing doesn't mean hiding. It means evolving where she can't see. Let her. Wonder where you are. Imagine who you're with. Spiral. Because uncertainty is the beginning of regret. When a man becomes a Stoic mystery, he pulls people in, not with words, but with absence, confidence, and self-mastery. You stop. Updating your story for her to check. Giving clues. Feeding her curiosity. And in that vacuum, her mind starts doing the work for you. That's the dark psychology. When someone can't figure you out, they obsess, and that obsession grows in silence. A man who becomes a mystery is a man who is no longer accessible. You're not angry. You're not bitter. You're just somewhere else now, operating on a higher level, prioritizing peace, purpose, and power. She sees you, but not all of you. Just a glimpse. Just enough to know she no longer knows you. And that's the hook she didn't expect. Because now you're not the same man who was left behind. You're the mystery that walks away and never looks back. If you're done being understood and ready to be unforgettable, hit that like button. Subscribe. Turn on notifications. Comment below. I let them wonder. 9. You were the prize all along. She didn't reject you. She misjudged your value. And now, without saying a word, she's realizing it. Marcus Aurelius said, "The opinion of 10,000 men is of no value if you do not value yourself." That's the essence of this phase. You stop trying to prove your worth and finally see it for yourself. You were never meant to chase. You were meant to lead, build, command presence. When she left, you thought something was wrong with you, that maybe you weren't enough. But what if the truth is even colder? What if she just couldn't handle the depth, the strength, the potential you were growing into? You weren't rejected. You were released, so you could rise. You weren't the backup plan. You were the blessing she wasn't ready for. And now you move like a man who knows he's the prize. You don't explain yourself. Shrink. Get softer so someone else can feel comfortable. You elevate, and let the world either rise with you or fall behind. You realize you were always it. She just couldn't see it through her own confusion. Here's the truth women won't admit out loud. The man who knows he's the prize doesn't need to prove it. His presence proves it. His peace proves it. His purpose proves it. And when you walk into a room with that calm, grounded energy, you shift the atmosphere, not because you're trying to be seen, but because you finally see yourself. And now she's watching a man who doesn't want her back, because he finally understands he was the valuable one all along. If you're done questioning your worth and ready to own your value, hit that like button. Subscribe. Turn on notifications. Comment below. I am the prize. 10. Regret is her lesson, not your goal. This is the final stage, the part most men never reach. You've detached, leveled up, gone silent, focused, and unbothered. And now, yes, she probably regrets it. But here's the twist. You don't care anymore, because the goal was never her regret. It was your freedom. Marcus Aurelius said, "It is not death that a man should fear, but never beginning to live." Her absence didn't end you. It began you. Regret is her journey now. Let her carry it. Let her replay the decision. Scroll through a highlight reel of the man she didn't believe in. Feel the silence. But you've moved on from revenge. You've grown past the need to be remembered, because a real Stoic doesn't live for applause. He lives by principle. And that principle is simple. I do not chase what is not mine. I do not mourn what left. I rise. Dark psychology says, the moment someone knows they can no longer affect you, they begin to self-reflect. But your reflection, it's forward-facing now. No more looking back. You've become the man you were meant to be, not in spite of her leaving, but because of it. And that's the irony. She had to go so you could arrive. So let her regret, let her wonder, but let it be none of your concern. Because the final move, the coldest move, is peace. Peace so strong it doesn't flinch, respond, even notice. Because when a man becomes whole on his own, the world, and everyone in it, feels it. If you're done chasing ghosts and ready to live without looking back, hit that like button. Subscribe. Turn on notifications. Comment below. Her regret is not my burden. Final words. So now you know. The coldest way to make her regret losing you is to stop trying to make her regret it at all. Let her. Feel the silence. Watch the growth. Live with the version of you that no longer needs her, no longer looks back, and no longer breaks. Marcus Aurelius didn't chase love. He mastered himself. And that's what you've done. One step at a time. You've detached, gone silent, leveled up without showing off. Become the mystery, the prize, the force she never saw coming. And now her regret. That's none of your business. Your mission now is peace, power, purpose. So to every man who's been left behind, this is your call to rise. Stop bleeding for people who wouldn't even hand you a bandage. Let go. Level up. Be colder, calmer, and more focused than ever, not to hurt her, but to finally heal you.